Hello and welcome back to the Single Society. This is the podcast that explores singles life through a much more positive lens, the lens that it really deserves. So you have actually landed on the final episode of a 7-part series exploring well-being. If you already listened to the first 6 in this series, amazing, thank you so much for that. If you haven't yet, don't worry, you can absolutely listen to this one first and then go back, take a listen to the others. The series is all about well-being when it comes to dating, but also looking at singles night specifically, because that is something that I run in different cities across the UK. So my name is Jo and I am going to be taking you through this final part in the 7 series about well-being. It is something that is so important when it comes to looking after yourself, whether you are dating, whether you're coming to singles nights. If you are just somebody who is in a space right now where you are exploring options, open to meeting somebody, you absolutely need to be taking care of yourself first and foremost as part of that process. So this series so far has looked at how you might look after yourself in the lead up to going on a date or coming to an event, the sort of things you might want to reflect about beforehand, during the event itself. And yesterday, I just started looking at some of the things you can do to take care of your well-being afterwards. The final part of this series, and it might sound the most simple, but is perhaps the most important, is to make sure that you really take time to feel proud of yourself and show yourself that you're proud of yourself for showing up and coming to a singles night. It is a really brave and beautiful thing to do, to be open to the possibility of finding love. Increasingly, that can feel quite challenging. There are all kinds of things that make dating these days feel less easy than perhaps it once did. Dating apps have really complicated things. We're all so busy. Going on dates repeatedly can start to feel a bit like a second job. So although it's exciting, and I hope you feel excited by it, it is also okay to acknowledge the fact that it can feel quite intense and sometimes quite intimidating as well. So if you have really shown up for yourself and come to something like a singles night, you absolutely deserve to feel proud of that. And I hope you have people in your life who are also going to celebrate that with you. Celebrating, of course, is something that's going to look different for all of us. And as I say, hopefully you have people in your life that can do that with you, but also it can be something that you absolutely go out and do by yourself. I have another episode out already, which was all about solo date ideas. So do feel free to go back and listen to that for some inspiration as well. Whether it's your favorite of something, enjoying time in nature, going out on a little trip by yourself, it's a really amazing thing to show up for yourself in this way. And sometimes, unfortunately, our brains aren't always the best friends that ideally we might like them to be. They can often be quite critical. After an event, we might overanalyze how we talked, how we came across, did we make a good impression? It's very easy to overthink those things. I hope so much that you don't, but I know it's something that I'm guilty of. So we need to give our brains new stories. We need to tell ourselves, this was a challenging thing to do. This was a brave thing to do. I am proud of myself for doing that. And if we give ourselves evidence by rewarding the behaviors that we want to see more of and we want to do more of, that is all going to make a really positive difference as well. I think that, often when people come to singles nights, of course, the goal is to hopefully meet that right partner for you. And I hope more than anything that you do. But I also think that sometimes if you have sort of secondary goals in mind, so like one of those goals is just, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, that's a really invaluable thing to do in and of itself. If another goal is to, make friends, and hopefully you do that at the event, again, if the benchmark for success isn't too strict, it enables you to feel that real pride and joy in having shown up for something different. So please do feel proud of yourself. Treat yourself after coming to an event like this. There are other events as well in part of the series that I do. So, socials and writing classes. If you want to try the sort of softer edge of something first and just get used to the idea of coming to an event by yourself, then, please by all means do. I will link you to the different events that I run in the description of this podcast, and you can also find my email there. So it's my.singles.society@gmail.com. If you have any questions about the events I run, singles nights in particular, if you want to have a chat from a wellbeing perspective, I am always open to that conversation. I want these to feel like really safe spaces for you that you can feel confident to show up and be a part of. So, hope to see you at an event very soon if the timing feels right for you. And if not, keep in touch. There's going to be lots more episodes coming up looking at everything from solo date ideas to how you can cook. See you in future episodes.